This will be glorious. One word of explanation. I'm not going to play dumb like this isn't white's fight. Meaning this is between white women and white men. The reason my black ass is weighing in on this rather than sitting back, relaxing and laughing my ass off inwardly is for two specific reasons. One, much like all of white women's feminism, the last thing I need is for black women my age range to come to me, or black men in general, with the foolishness she's about to come with to white men. She's not including you in her pity party. And her diatribes isn't about her problems with black men. At least it better not be, for more reasons than one, if you know what I mean. Two, due to a very bad habit that women in general, and white women specifically have, that they will mess with and fuck black men when they're very young, think like early to late teens, because experimenting, mad at dad, want to piss off some white guy or guys plural, or very old. When their looks have faded, so have their body, no one wants them, so now they're retired from their feminine duties, since there's a new set of 18 to 24, and are no longer needed for preservation of white, if you know what I mean. They're free to do whatever. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if Paula Deen, Ann Coulter, and those types and kinds of white right-wing women that have as much or less years in front of them than they do behind them only get dicked down by black guys now, irrespective of if anyone involved is married or not, wanting to catch up on all they missed out on during their 1488 years. Simply put, Miss Lahren, however you pronounce that, and any other white right-wing female that's sharing her frustration with men, don't come to us black men as a consolation prize. And while we're here, you black men, y'all know who you are. Stop that shit. Stop being the fucking consolation prize for these bitches. It's fucking annoying. You keep your white rose ass, which probably isn't so white anymore. Certainly not as small and white, clean and bright. Yeah, if anybody knows where that's from, without Googling it. Over there with the men you have, okay? The ones that are keeping you drier than the center of the sun. Got it, Edelweiss? That's another clue. Again, if you know where that's from, good.
What's up?
Not you.
I'm gonna let you guys trickle in before I start talking, because this is important.
Now for the dregs.
So, waiting for you guys to get here. So normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day. It's a great time.
One can, or should be able to, since she's just in it for whatever fame and pseudo-fortune she can get. And she really probably couldn't give less of a fuck about the right-wing realm. Let's be honest. She and ilk, that means you, Candace Owens, Lauren Southern, Julie Borowski et al., are not going to hit the 30 under 30, much less the Forbes list, sucking and fucking the right wing. If the left all of a sudden offered more money, all you ladies would be feeling the burn, or be the yin yang girls or some shit. Ship skipping is not above any of y'all, right? Isn't that right, Miss Owens?
But something, as of recently, has been on my mind. And I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better.
Considering I have watched this fool with her foolishness through once already, I'm gonna let this go. There'll be plenty of low-hanging fruit she'll give me. No need to go after the one that's actually on the floor.
So with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys.
Starting off with standard issue shaming tactics. Always an excellent choice. In any case, once again, I highly doubt she's fucking with anyone not white, least of all black. At least she better not be, considering all she has writing on her quote-unquote image. And no, I don't even think quote-unquote black conservatives like Uncle Ruckus or even Colin Noor would be acceptable, if you know what I mean. So, white males, listen up. This is for you.
This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36.
Summer of canceling boys. Told you she can be a liberal leftist if the price is right. She hit the leftist, liberal, triggered snowflake cancel culture with the best of them. Right, so 24 to 36. 1488 years. Extended. After 36, really 35, you all are retired from service and are free to double back on all the swole poles, you know, that dark meat with the veins in it, that you were eyeing from your peripheral vision during your tours on active duty. Again, if you know what I mean.
We've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men.
I'll skip going into how brought back down to Mars any male, gay, much less straight, would get if we said the same shit she just did about ourselves and about women. So moving on. All are attractive, huh? I wonder according to whose rules. In any case, bitch said all her friends are attractive. So that tells me Julie Borowski is not one of her friends. As far as successful, I don't think being a paid teaser of dicks for the right wing equates to success, but we all have our standards, I suppose. People who have a lot going on don't make videos like the one you just made and I'm making light lunch of. Me, I have shit going on, even despite this plague that's going around. That's why I hardly post on YouTube. Well, that and also because it's unlike some, it's not my job. I'm not getting paid anything of consequence for it. Yeah. I don't go posting videos like I used to. I don't post videos on any other social media, and the few videos I do post aren't about women in some form or fashion each and every single time. No, madam, I sense a growing desperation from you, as though you see the writing on the wall, so to speak, and you are expecting some traditional patriarchy to have S on the chest, capes flapping in the wind, to come scoop your ass up. Oh well. Now for the meat and potatoes, let's eat. And I do mean all, have a problem with men, eh? Well, let's see if we can't smoke out the reason for the problem or problems, plural, that you all supposedly, trust me, actually supposedly, you really do have.
And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale, I mean...
Here we go. Now, I'm not sure what the last thing she said was. I think it was super preppy, or maybe it was super pretty, but super white. Not even just regular white, but super white. Oh, okay. That's all your friends. None are dark. None are African dark, East Indian dark. None have jet black hair from the Far East. It's all blonde or at minimum brunette. Well, I mean, I guess no redhead, so okay. Oh, Lord knows this is gonna be fucking gold. By the way, non-white women, now you see why I said don't come to non-white men, especially black men, foaming off at the mouth with this bitch in solidarity. People usually say something to the effect of, I have friends of all races, white, black, blah, 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 out of subconscious reflex action. She didn't. And even said super white, not regular white, super white. Extra bleach. Oh, wow. You, non-white women, are not getting solidarity from her. Okay?
These women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men. It might be men.
I've heard this line of logic before. There was a group that roamed the nether regions of the internet and said the exact same thing about women. More or less the same thing. They came with stats, charts, real-world examples. Entire books have been written on their findings. Not only that, but it seems that their type and kind existed as far back as the 60s. Surprise, surprise, the 60s. God, what was their name? Shit. GM? General Motors Towing? GM? No. God, what was that? MG something, or tow something, TOW something, something like that. In any case, they too came with solid proof, not evidence, which is subject to interpretation, but raw proof, which isn't. They even came with proof in the strictly speaking sense, meaning math. Math, not science, is the only thing that has absolute proof, and they even came with that too. All this knowledge they came with on and about women, and despite all of that, they were demonized as some Satan, Hitler, rapist of day-old babies. It was insane. And treated damn near as such. Yet here you are, madame, with the same argument, sans proof, and you are to be taken seriously instead of written off as some bitch that can't get laid. And well, actually, okay, even I will admit I messed up on that one. You obviously can get fucking laid. I'm not you. All the rest of y'all, and yes, even you too, Julie. Yes, you can get laid. Well, let's not play dumb. Let's not play dumb. If the fattest woman on the planet could get laid, I think this was before or perhaps after, before and after she won the lottery. You all can get laid. I don't know about the ugliest person on the planet though, but yeah. Actually, I made a video on the historically ugliest one, and she could get laid too. And she had some weird disease that made her look like an animal with all that hair. Yeah, you can get laid. Sorry, I messed up on that one. What was I trying to say with that? Can't keep a man. That's it. That's yeah, we'll go with that one. Yeah. Don't get to write you off for coming with the same arguments levied against men that men have come with proof in all stances towards women. Well, I'm just loving this equality McDonald's style now, aren't I?
Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys.
Bitch, what the fuck was that?
It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country. And
well, I'm surprised you even bothered with the men in California. Yo. Holy shit. Wow. Fuck me. Wow. All you boys in flyover country. All you corn-fed motherfuckers. H Christ. This bitch said fuck your corn, fuck your farm, fuck your cows, fuck your chickens, fuck your dog, fuck your camel. Motherfuckers ain't really hunting like that. Fuck your fake ass fatigues. Never set foot once on a goddamn base, yet you're always decked out like you're ready for World War III business when your ass is just going mudding. Jesus. Man. Oh, she laid into you motherfuckers. Fuck your truck. Don't give a fuck about your rolling cold or truck nuts. Oh god, fuck your wrestling school, fuck your John Deere power steer, fuck your NASCAR. 500 fucking miles or laps or whatever the fuck of nothing but left turns. Jesus. Man, she said fuck your blue collar honest hard day's work. Man, fuck your heartland, fuck your country music, fuck your yeehaw, fuck all y'all. Man. Oh, come on now. I mean, obviously she's saying this, like, seriously, like, this bitch, I'm sure she's been in a supercar. I'm sure she's probably been in a Lambo, Ferrari, or some shit. You think she's gonna go back to your tractor? or your, I don't know, F-150? It's lifted. Ooh, boy. Yo, come on now. Come on now, Cletus. Slack jaw yokel. Anyway, shit, moving on. Sorry, I had too much fun with that. Yeah, so I won't get on the liberals because I highly doubt she truly gave them the time of day. Unless she did. Which means despite all the shit she said and how hard she made conservative dick over the years, she was saying whatever to get the bag, Candace Owens style. Which wouldn't surprise me, quite honestly. Pepsi tastes better than Coke because they were the last check I got that didn't bounce. Uh-oh. Which one is it?
In the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash.
20 to 60. So she and her friends have been giving 60-year-old dudes the time of day, and God forbid that pussy, and can't even manage to keep them. Yow. Let me be 60 years old and get an ass from girls that won't even be born for another 15 years from now. But there's something wrong with men? Any female in her 20s that can't keep a guy that's 60 plus interested has failed at being female. I will give the let's see. What's the ones? The butch lesbians. Yeah, the studs, whatever is the correct term for them. I'll give them a pass. You all are exempt from that, immune, exempt, whatever. Because if you all still are able to do that and it works, I'm not really looking at you. I'm looking at them dudes and wondering what the fuck with the eyebrow raised. Anyway, failed at being female. How the hell do you fail at something that happens automatically with no user input? That's like being freaking Bezos rich. post-divorce, much less pre-divorce, and not being able to get a prostitute to fuck you despite how much money, how much cold, hard, tax-free cash you offer. You failed at being rich, amongst other things. But 60. This bitch went all the way up to 60. Her and or her friends. All the way up to 60. She said. Feel free to replay it if you don't believe me. Although you just heard it. How would you know unless... Bitch, why exactly did you get fired from the Blaze? Despite what Wikipedia says or the official story. Man, what's the real, the alternative, the, dare I say it, conspiracy theory reason why you got fired from that shit? 60?
A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I am going to help you.
Getting advice from women about how to get women. Because that's worked so swimmingly from our moms who told us, be yourself, girls will like you for you, girls like nice guys, and all the other shit that they now want since their late teens to late 20s are long since over. As far as I'm concerned, this is no different in logic than a cop giving counsel on how to kill a cop and get away with it scot-free and unharmed in any way. Seems logical after all. Call it insider knowledge, so saith intelligence. And this is yet another example of where wisdom beats intelligence like it stole something. For those who don't understand, yes, it seems logical that a woman would know what women want and would be able to give us the inside track on how to get women. Again, from your own mom's mama, has that shit worked? No, it has not. Okay, it seems logical, so much so that in the reverse, men giving tips on how to women on how to get men. Yeah, that does work. Well, that's not fair. That's not... Okay. Men can help women out with how to get men. I don't really understand what the hell help they need, but you know, society has shown they need mad help. Women helping men to get other women is not going to work. Even if you have a lesbian friend, fucking hell, that's sure as hell's not going to work, right? It does not work. And shit, for anybody who really needs a detailed, exhaustive explanation on that, I can make another video. I might charge for that shit because shit. But no, it doesn't work. In theory, it makes logical sense. On paper, it makes sense. That shit does not work in practice. If you have a problem with that bit of inequality, that bit of sexist double standard, go take it up with life. Okay? Go take it up with life.
And these are some of the things that I've experienced, and these are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just gonna lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So, the first thing, and I've made notes. By the way, I've made notes. This is how invested I am in this, because I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks solid now.
That shit looks like she held that marker like this while she was writing. H. Christ.
First question for men. If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced. Are you actually single? That means single. You have nobody. You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked. And ladies, you should be asking it, because in 2020, it's not a given anymore that a guy that's actively pursuing you is actually single. So that's the first thing.
Right. So seeing 5+ people, you're not married, just dating, whatever that means, doesn't mean you're not single? Why can't men Sex in the City it up with the best of them? Or is it only reserved for women? The questions to ask. Yeah, so, I find it hilarious that she's saying this when most, if not all, females, from the hot femme lesbian to the ugly straight girl to the hot straight girl, have at least 3 guys in their phone right now, as you're watching this video, whenever the hell in the future you're watching this video, that they could call right now to do fill in the blank, God knows what, right? Yet she complains. So she wants a guy to have nothing going on for himself in the dating scene except for her. This bitch seems to have no idea how dating is for all men in the Western world, irrespective of race. 10% of guys are getting the time of day dating and fucking 90% of the women. And the other 90% of guys, they get X-Hamster and Pornhub, right? The countless experiments that guys have done posing as the average girl, much less a hot one, and it damn near took down the servers. Yet when they pretended to be a hot guy, they might get 10 or so, maybe even 15 or so a month, right? Of course, this was all before spam bots and prostitutes and cops infested the online dating as a whole. If a guy is seeing 5 different girls on rotation, it probably took him 15 years to get that. Okay? Factoring in all the bullshit men have to go through with you women. Considering for guys that are truly rich, assuming they haven't been sniped off by some woman already, they realize the time and energy it takes to deal with Jesus Christ, the likes of you, much less the quote-unquote ladies that are fat, older, gained X metric tons of weight, have X number of kids plural, and still have the nerve to act like they're the baddest bitch, is not worth it. Better to pay. Even if it means more frequent vacations to Iceland, Thailand, Brazil, Southeast Asia, etc., better to pay. The amount of desert that even the above average looking male has to traverse through between dips in the pool, sorry. I, for one, and I'm pretty sure other guys are going to agree with me on this, not putting all the eggs in one basket, especially when that basket is made out of thin air. Simply put, lady, no, it's not going to be just you one, okay? It's not going to be just you one. We're not married, so I don't know where you come off with that. Anyway, luckily for me, I've been with my girl for almost, 80% of a decade, close to. So I don't have to deal with the likes of you, madam, or your kind. But when I was in my early to mid 20s, Jesus Christ, man, girls like you with the peroxide blonde hair and actually, you know what? Let's keep going.
The second thing that I think is very important that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, it's COVID. People can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men, and my friends have experienced with men. Women do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal. We quite frankly don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested. And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or whatever. We don't want a pen pal.
So what's stopping you ladies from being strong, smart, and independent and trying to make the goddamn plans yourself? Or is that peasant work that's beneath you so men can do it? You women have no one to blame but your feminist sisters that have fucked it up for hetero males in the Western world. Race is null and void here. In today's day and age, if men even so much as have a thought about a girl in the privacy of their own mind, we can get hit with all kinds of shit either now and or 10, 20, 30, 40 days, weeks, months, years later. That added to the fact that it's all but illegal to be a hetero male and act on hetero male impulses in 2020. At least in 2020's Western world. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the Western world, yeah. Plus the fact that anything a man does to try to make the first move is considered quote-unquote rapey, quote-unquote creepy, quote-unquote pervy. And a litany of other factors, all right? You and women as a whole should be grateful for the attention you do manage to get, considering all of those, right? You yourself, Miss Lahren, unless you're the poser groupie I think you are, should know all about what I'm about to say. In the DC metro area, where I did Uber for 3.5 plus years, guys from all over the country, except California and Florida, even as nearby as Pennsylvania, West Virginia, right, would be so amazed at the women in DC. Runners everywhere. Everybody runs in DC. And even the people that you know full well physically can't run, still run. Oh, wow. So many goddamn runners. This shit is insane. Runners everywhere. Apparently, they were smoking hot. And the guys couldn't keep their eyes off them. Young and old, actually. Not like the girls not like the girls back home, some would say. The one question, and of course the younger guys, they just couldn't keep their eyes off the girls, but the older guys, they managed to get their face off them for a little bit, to be able to ask the question, would ask, the one question these out-of-towners would ask is, where are all the men? To which point I had to tell them the truth, which is, guys are avoiding them for the most part. Okay, more or less. Alright? It's hard to live here being the DC metro area, much less DC itself, the actual city DC, right? It's hard to live here, and if you manage to, and at all, you don't want that shit messed up. A simple fact of the matter is, and ladies, listen up for this, because in certain areas, especially in this area, this DC area, this politics town, the simple fact is, motherfuckers have clearances to worry about in this fucking town. Okay? Motherfuckers got clearances worrying about. They have clearances to think about in DC, in the DC metro area. So they can't have some random ass bitch fuck up their... I mean, my God, like, did anybody even think of that? Did anybody even think of that? They cannot have these bitches fucking up their shit off some accusation of God knows what. Especially when it comes to those up there clearances that are humanly impossible to get. But if you manage to get one, it more or less doubles your salary instantly. No, sorry. And it's not like they're in the actual government itself, right? Like the vast majority of them are contractors, all right? Let's be honest with that. But the ones that are actually in the government, we're talking about the Senate, the old white guys, those guys might be more or less safe. But for most everybody else that is in government, it's mainly contract shit they're doing, right? And they can't afford to have their shit fucked up. No, sorry. Clearances to think about. The men understood exactly what I meant when I told them this. Which leads to the other point of this. Simply put, ladies, the fact of the matter is, men have shit to do. We're keeping ourselves alive, no thanks to you, since doing jack shit to take care of a man is all kinds of sexist, oppressive, patriarchy, and whatever else. So unless we're meeting up to get some pussy, we have better shit to do. Okay? Better shit. Eating, sleeping, playing video games, going to the gym, getting some overtime at work, pontificating on existence, counting sand grains on the goddamn beach. Yes, counting sand grains on the goddamn beach, bitch. We have better shit to do. What I'm about to say is gonna hurt. The fact is, women haven't needed men since men built machines to do all the work. Men haven't needed women since ever, right? Right back to Adam and Eve, for those that subscribe to that angle. You know what was it? Adam was chilling in the greenery, that garden business, naming animals and shit, whatever the hell he was doing. Whatever the hell one would do when they're the only person on the planet. God decided it wasn't good for him to be alone, despite the fact that shit was running just fine and all was well. For whatever reason, shit that wasn't broken needed all kinds of fixing. And, one and all knows the rest. Giant desert, bigger than the United States, stands where the garden was. I believe that's the Sahara Desert, depending on who you ask. And all of that. Moving on through history, let's keep going with this bit of analysis. I guarantee you, madam. No, and stay with me here, because you're probably wondering where all this has to go. Stay with me; it'll tie in. Moving on through history, I guarantee you, not one woman helped hauling the stones in the building of the Gizan pyramid. I said Gizan. Giza pyramids. I don't believe there's a E's or an A-N at the end of that. I believe it's just Giza. Pyramids. Not for the Great Wall either. Nope. Sistine Chapel? No. J.S. Bach Cathedral? No. The Great Library of, if I'm not mistaken, Alexandria, Egypt? No. Nope. The Hanging fucking Gardens of Babylon. I can almost guarantee you no woman helped with that either. And it was made for a fucking woman, so you think they would have had some kind of female input, right? Hey, I'm making this for my wife. What the hell do women want? What the hell y'all want? Nope. They certainly didn't help with any of the stones or anything. Maybe they helped with some flower arrangements. Maybe. Right? And no. Nope. Neither you or anyone else is going to come with the, oh, well, women were just also oppressed out of doing all that manual ass labor. No. Why? Because nothing is stopping you women from doing manual slave labor now, and damn near none of you are banging down the door for that bit of equality, right? Out of the 1 or 2 women out of a trillion that are doing it, the one that's still hetero, i.e. not some bull dyke, is holding the sign in the construction area or directing traffic, right? Simply put, the moment men of all races stop having shit to do, the only thing that's going to keep going is biological life. The planet will keep spinning, but the world ends. Now to present day. Men don't need women for food because in over 95% of the planet, there's some entity selling food within a 1 mile diameter. Don't need women to clean because there's merry maids, Okay. Now, to be fair, women don't need men for resources via money because they can get their own. They don't need us to fix anything because there's some entity offering to fix whatever for a fee, from cars to houses. Don't need men for defense. Just get a gun and some martial arts to a certain extent. So again, ladies, and tying this all in, again, ladies, the only reason we try to ease into seeing you is because when we're direct telling you what we want, we're told we're moving too fast, we're coming on too strong, or some other shit. That is the exact opposite of how you're telling men to act right now. You have other women to blame for that, because men would love to be direct and say, give me some pussy on demand or be gone.
But that also leads me to my second point. This is going to be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do not assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed. Make a plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you. When are you free? I want to see you. I know it's not rocket science, but men of 2020, it seems like it's pretty difficult for you to figure out. And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take this as a feminist rant. I love men. I think men are great. I think men have failed themselves and they failed us. And I'm just trying to help you out because I think there are a lot of really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think that there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not FaceTime me, I swear to God.
Bitch, what the fuck? You sitting here unloading on men and you can't even get a simple camera to work right? Even the camera is tired of hearing your babble. Jesus Christ, woman. Printed circuit boards, resistors, CPUs, and GPUs aren't trying to process all your yak into ones and zeros. How does that make you feel?
Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists that don't look like Lena Dunham. They're saying these things to you. So I'm going to go ahead and say them because they need to be said. I am really so sick of my friends having to deal with trash men. I am tired of dealing with trash men, so I'm going to help you out. Make plans.
Really? You love men. You think they're great men out there. That's not what you were saying from 2 minutes 16 seconds to 2 minutes 23 seconds of your rant. How many times have men made plans only to have women forget, or no call, no show, or happen to have some emergency, quote unquote, or some other excuse? Personally, it's been my experience that if I don't see a woman I've been talking to within the next 24 to 48 hours of first contact, that it's never going to happen. Right? Not one time have I made plans a week out, because we both had full-time jobs, and when the time came, she didn't ask, who's this? Meaning she didn't have my name in her phone. Claimed she couldn't do it and wouldn't tell me when she would be able to. Simply didn't answer anymore. Or some other time-wasting bullshit. Something you men claim to not want men to do to you. Anyway, which leads to the obvious question, why the fuck can't you ladies do the fucking planning? You arrange the date, you pick us up, you pay for the first date, while men eat and drink their fill, etc., etc. Number one, because equality, right? And number two, because in many cases, you all are making more than we are, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. when we were making more, we were expected to pay. Okay, seems logical, right? Makes sense, right? Why is that bit of logic nowhere to be fucking found now that you come out, I don't know, 10 to 20 plus K ahead of us sometimes? Why is making the plans man's work and beneath women? You know, what? Isn't that a bit sexist? If not, why not? Men have to do the drudge work while women just get to perch on their pedestal and pick, choose, and refuse all they want. Well, I'm not the one complaining about how I can't get women. At least I better not be, considering that my girl is like right in the, well, she's over there, but she's been with me for like damn near 8 years now, so I better not be complaining unless she hears that shit, right? But you, madame, hot, successful, have shit going on, madame, you're the one who's complaining about how you can't get, well, keep dick. So, yeah.
So let's go through these lists again, because I know y'all love a list. Number 1, are you single? Number 2, make a plan. Nobody wants a pen pal. We want to actually see you. If not, don't text us, because it's a waste of our time and we don't want to see it on our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing. Value. Okay? Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense. Okay. If you want to date a girl that has nothing going on, then that's fine. But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious, please don't mix us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there. If that's what you want, find them. Please, for the love of God, do not mix us in with them, because we don't want to be there. And quite frankly, we take it as an insult if we find out that you are also talking to 5 Tatianas who have nothing going on. People like me and my friends are going to be insulted by that. And there's almost really no coming back from it. So if you want that kind of a girl, the kind of girl who's just kind of happy going through the motions of life, not really super ambitious, hasn't really found herself yet, doesn't really have a whole lot going on other than she's pretty, please just go after them. And please do not mix us in. We don't want to be there. I promise you. So value. There's a lot of women out there that I know that are my good friends who have amazing jobs, who work really hard, but who can't seem to find a decent guy, even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on. It's very unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be fulfilling, but I would say to the men out there, try to maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious and have something going on or want to have something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company, but be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually might want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're gonna need to find. Not the Tatianas who just wanna look cute and post Instagram stories. Now, I love a good Instagram story. Y'all know I do. I love a good boomerang. I love a good whatever. But if that's all you do, men, if that's all she does, probably Houston, we have a problem. I'm just gonna let you in on a little tip.
If what I'm about to say isn't standard issue, nothing is. Females, mortal humans born with a vagina. When it comes to relationships, and this applies to personal, romantic, and sexual relationships only, the mortal humans born with a penis do not give a heaven and hell, God and Satan fuck about what you've done. I believe it was one Chris Rock in his special that said, men are asked by their boys, what does she look like, women are asked by their girls, what does he do? Moving right along. We can't kiss your intelligence. We can't touch your personality. We can't bust the fattest nut in your degree/success/accomplishments. None of that shit matters to us. Worse, whether men see women this way or not, or whether they'll admit it or not, as far as math and logic goes, your asses are competition. Why? Because you are all in the work. You all are in the work arena competing for the finite resources on this planet that now, for example, doubles the labor force, thereby halving the pay for everyone, including yourselves. And of course, this is more or less, this is not exactly even, right? Not exactly double, not exactly half, but you get what I'm saying here, right? Men can't exit the work arena and be stay-at-home men in some reverse early 1900s style, because, as one Barbarossa has made in a video from an article about, house husbands just ain't sexy. Men didn't get their male liberation movement. We're still, race is null and void here, expected to do all the traditional oppressive male gender roles of which happen to favor you, ladies. How interesting that is. And no feminists complain. So when you come telling us about how you got all these resources that we have to compete with you to get, just to bring it back to you anyway, because tradition, and it was made that much fucking harder because you were in the fucking way talking about strong, smart, independent, and all that shit. Yeah, that does more harm than good, in all honesty, ladies. Just letting you know. Pro tip. Oh, God. The reason why guys of all age ranges want the 18 to 21-year-old girl that has nothing going on apart from looks, according to you, is because we want a girl, to paraphrase Ali Wong, whose pussy still does that weird snail slime trail looking shit, if you know what I mean. Young, hot, wet, tight, warm. Pussies that grip your dick while you're getting balls deep. That's one. The next thing is, I think I speak for every hetero male here, right? When I say this, masculine or not, when I say, I would much rather have a girl, Tatiana if you will, who is dumb as a goddamn drum. Dumb as all goddamn drums, right? But at least she's hot with a nice, thick, not fat body, and most important, she doesn't go talking at us the way you and women like you, madame, seem to think you can when you don't get your way. As though your real or supposed accomplishments and real or supposed success means you aren't still mortal and human and are subject to all the things that mortal humans are subject to, including being turned down several decibels, if you know what I mean. If I had to choose between Tatiana, who at least knows how to shut the fuck up and make her OnlyFans/Instagram money because she's too stupid to do anything else, or some 1 trillion IQ Fortune 500 founder and CEO, strong, smart, independent, balls-busting ice queen bitch with 10.1 THX Dolby Digital for a mouth, yeah, if I had to pick, yeah, it's going to be peaceful and quiet for me, thanks. Besides, I'm a minimalist. I don't need millions or billions or trillions of dollars, so that wouldn't appeal to me anyway. And then living off a woman's money? Yeah, okay. Moving right along. I'm not going to pretend like all you women don't want some 12x4 dick that gets hard, busts that nut, stays hard, and keeps going bust after bust until you want it to stop. You all aren't trying to deal with shit that needs pills. Especially if shit that needs pills is not connected to a Swiss bank, right? Yeah, we fucking know. Okay? We fucking know. So for all you women that are trying to look up my address to plan a sniper hit on my ass for what I just said, that all hetero men want, hopefully now you understand, considering you have your own wants. We have what we want. You all have what you want. Yeah, so now go sit down and realize you had that with all the guys you turned down in high school and college. Yeah. Right, so let's see if we can't figure out why this thing here believes fashions herself to be the one of the baddest bitch. Let's see. Tomi Lahren, Tomi Ray Augustus Lahren, born August 11, wait, what? Oh, shit. Born August 11, 1992. That's tomorrow. August 11th. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to have this video up, but right now, as I'm recording this shit, that's tomorrow. Hold on. She's 27 years old. Tomorrow she's going to be 28. Yeah. That's pretty much all I needed to say. But let's keep going. I think we kind of figured some stuff out. Yeah. All right, but let's keep going. An American conservative, political commentator, former television host with The Blaze, where she gained known blah, 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 wah, 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 wah. A liberal, criticized liberal, right. Early life. Lahren grew up in Rapid City, South Dakota. Okay, graduated from Central High School in 2010. She's of German and Norwegian descent. Jesus Christ, man. You all make those fucking cars. How the hell can you all not get this right? World War I, World War II, and now this just stay. God damn, man. Deutschland just stays losing. Anyway, and Norwegian descent. I got nothing against the Norwegians. Lahren graduated from University of Nevada. Oh, really? She graduated with what? A BA in broadcast journalism. Okay, and political. So, all right, yeah. So, nothing of consequence. She also hosted an associate producer roundtable show, The Scramble. Intern for the Republican, then Congressman Christie. Know him? Okay, is what's she looking like? Is she hot? Well, of course she's not gonna be hot. What the fuck? Of course not. Probably the hottest out of all the conservative women. Probably the hottest one ever was what the hell's her name? Sarah Palin. That's probably it. And they've never been able to get another one since. And hell, I'm not even saying she's hot like, dude, she's fucking hot. I'm trying to get with that. I'm just saying, out of all of them, that was the best that the right can do, or has done. Anyway, Congress of South Dakota, serving as the first intern in Rapid City office. Okay. Hoping to find internship in political commentary applied to American. Oh, really? One American News Network, really? Okay. I'm just skimming through this stuff, so bear with me here. She moved to San Diego and began working for. Oh yeah, okay. Debuted for commentary, Chattanooga shooting, widespread, blah 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 blah. Okay. South Dakota. I can't imagine this bitch came from any kind of consequence as far as finances. She obviously didn't want to do any kind of. She did not want to do any kind of fucking work. She wanted to just be the hot talking head. She wanted to make that money, getting the right's dick up, right? And now, at 28, damn near 28, 27 and counting, a few, like almost 28, 10:54 p.m. right? she's reaching upon the age at which they don't give a her counterparts, her type and kind in the male angle, doesn't care about her anymore. So she was not going to be doing rocket science, not doing any kind of STEM, no nothing. She wanted to be the baddest bitch without having to do any baddest bitch work. Lisa Sue, she is not. Okay, so bullshit, 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 widespread attention, blah, 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 blah. Yes, these segments became widely popular on social media, but have been called screeds and rants. Yeah, exactly. White girl babble is pretty much, is literally all that is. March made a guest appearance on The View. So this bitch really didn't do any actual work. Political views, yeah, of course. Yeah. Kelly Ward against the voters of electing rhinos. You all can read this if you're really also interested. Personal life. In April 2020, Lahren moved from Los Angeles to Nashville. I wonder, did she move because she didn't like the weather, because she didn't like the beach or being close to it, I guess? Or is it because she just can't hack it there anymore? Maybe, just maybe. I mean, hell, I hear a lot of people are leaving California, but people are leaving California because it's too expensive and they can't make it anymore. It's not worth it, or they just, whether it's worth it or not, they can't do it anymore. So I'm wondering if that's why she, and all from Los Angeles to Nashville, really? You think somebody, and she looks like she got mad work done. You think somebody, I don't even know what her net worth is, but you think somebody that's had that kind of life in California, if they had said Texas, fine, but Nashville, Tennessee, okay, all right, okay. So here's what I'm gleaning and gathering from this occupation vlogger. Okay, all right. This bitch is getting older. In fact, let's now look and see if we can find a picture of her when she was younger. Uh-oh, that's not good. Uh-oh. Whoops. I'm not sure if that's her, if that's just another white girl that looks like, woo. Tomi Lahren, plastic surgery before. Yeah, we found, babe.net, that sounds like they would be an authority. Not surprised. I'm not surprised, that looks like work. What have we here? Hopefully I don't end up getting this video taken down, because all of a sudden it's like, Tomi Lahren did porn and we found it. Yeah, she's getting older. I can't find the picture of her young. Let's keep going. This is her athleisure shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure her shit's getting made in China, so that's probably not going to be doing too well right now, considering. Radio host, Lahren. Is this, I guess this is probably the youngest we're going to find. Maybe. But the simple fact of the matter is she's getting older. And she realizes the writing on the wall. She realizes that people aren't really going to be, they can only deal with the bimbo, with the white girl babble for so much, and she's there to appeal to conservative white males, right? Okay, to the right, to keep their dicks up, because let's be honest, they don't really have the hot girls like that. And quite honestly, like, people are only can only put up with so much of her. So she realizes this. She realizes that the money might start not coming in as much anymore, And so she wants somebody to go and scoop her ass the fuck up. Hence the reason why she's having a fucking meltdown right now. Because, hey, you heard her. It hasn't been just a couple months problem. It's been a 5-year problem. So she's been actively looking to get out of the game before the game kicks her out for a while now, and it hasn't been working. Why? Because she doesn't want good old-fashioned down home on the range, the ranch, the whatever the hell, heartland, good old corn-fed boy. No. Bitch has probably been in a fucking Veyron. She's been in a Lambo. She's been in a Ferrari. She's been in penthouse suites and shit, man. She's not about to go back to fucking milking cows, cornfields and shit. Right? Don't let her move to Nashville fool you, motherfucker. Come on now. She might want Nashville life as far as taxes goes and cost of living, but she's bringing her goddamn Ferraris with her, right? She's bringing that Ferrari life, that Lambo life, that supercar life, that kind of stuff, that realm with her, right? But she can't find any guy that's doing that, because the guys, well, just really any guy, honestly, but the guys that have the life that she wants to hold on to while living in the cheaper area, those guys see right through this bitch. I don't have that fucking life. I can't, shit, I'm 6'7" and 370 pounds, right? I can't fit in any of that shit, but I don't have that life, and even I can see through this bitch. So they're not scooping her up, right? They're looking to who's younger now, and she realizes that. So she wants to settle down, and you know what, also probably that itch to have some kids, that's probably there too. You know, all that stuff is hitting her now, and she doesn't like it. And I guess maybe she thought, oh, well, you know what, I'm batting for the team of real men, of working hard, of strong hands, because he was swinging that axe, because he was working, doing manual labor and construction and auto mechanic and all that shit. Where the hell are those Montana lumberjack manly men with the full-on beards and shit? Maybe not some glorious Nordic beard, right? But, you know, just like full-on beard. Warrior poet beard, right? If anybody knows who that is. Point is, that's what she's looking for, and she's not finding it, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck? I need somebody to come scoop my ass the fuck up. But people are moving on to the younger, and who... I don't keep up with the conservative women. I don't keep up with their shit. But I'm wondering, who do they have on the right that's young, preferably 18 to 24, but, you know, whatever. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And she's not even American. She's Canadian, A. Occupation political activist. I don't even know if that's a better job than what's her name was doing. Stefan Molin. Craze. Great. She went to speaking tour with, of course. Well, that tells me all I need to know. But yeah. In fact, let's take that down. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Huh? Oh, good Lord. Oh, you can't teach this. Yeah. This is what they want. This is what they want. I mean, to be clear, fuck both of these bitches, but out of both of them, this is what I want, right? And I don't want none of this. But if I had to pick to save my life, yeah, Yeah. Yeah. Right? So again, to be honest, this is why she's scared. Watch this. Watch this. Huh? 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 This is going to be 28. This just turned 25. Well, June, July, August. Yeah, just turned 25. You cannot teach this. Thank you, Wikipedia. I'm in your debt. You know what? You all keep begging for money. I might go on ahead and donate to you. Yeah, let's wrap this part up because I've pretty much said all I need to say as far as this goes. Like this is her competition. Again, because Lauren, if you happen to hear this, this bitch, this is my competition. I don't think so. What did I say? You weren't listening, bitch. You weren't listening. What did I say, bitch? Men are asked by their boys, what does she look like? What does she look like? And right now, compared to you, she is looking like what everyone wants. Okay. And then, of course, women are asked by their girls, what does he do? But we're not talking about guys now, are we? We're not talking about guys. We're talking about how you are expired. Right. So there you have it. Now you see the reason why, reasons, plural, why she's fretting, she's scared, and she's like, yo, one of you motherfuckers need to come get this. You need to come get this. All right? Oh, this is delicious. All right.
The next thing on my list is this: consistency. It really does not help me or my friends or any woman in general if you are really cool and you're really interested when you first start talking to them, and then give it 3, 4, 5 days, and all of a sudden you're not consistent anymore. You don't make plans. You don't really care. You kind of fade in and out. You're talking to 5 other Tatianas. Consistency is important. Now, if you want to be inconsistent and you want to ghost and you want to fall off the radar, that's fine, but I'm going to give you a pro tip. People like me and people like my friends, we aren't going to really give a shit after that. We don't really care. The F's have been given and we're kind of done. I'll tell you this from personal experience. Once I'm turned off, I am turned off and I don't care anymore. Because at one point, I probably did care. At one point, my friends, they probably did care. They probably did like you because you expressed interest and maybe you were cool and maybe you were kind of fun to hang out with. But if you're not consistent and you fall off the radar, I give you maybe 1 to 2 chances to fix that because I'm a very direct communicator. Women, this is important. I will communicate to you. If your communication isn't great, I will let you know that. I will let you know that more effort is needed. But if you don't heed that warning and I have to warn you twice, I'm done at that point because I don't really care anymore. Now I'm done. Now I don't care. And I know my friends who are watching this are thinking and saying the same thing because we have these conversations on an almost daily basis. Once you turn us off, we don't care anymore. So let that be a warning to you. You're probably not going to circle back. They always come back. They always come back. But when you're ready to come back, I probably don't care anymore. So if you want to switch up, stay there. Pro tip.
Bitch, you do care. Hence this video you made bitching like the standard issue entitled white female in the Western world. You want to see not caring? Tell me how far back in my videos you had to go to find a video of me bitching about women, much less video after video about women. Right. Now then, considering you were engaged to be married before, I'm wondering, who called it off? Did you call it off because he did all of what you're bitching about in this video? Or did he call it off because he saw firsthand what potentially the entire planet is seeing now? How you're talking at men damn near, if not actually throwing a tantrum because you aren't getting your, like, oh my God, Paris Hilton and Nicole like that's hot. Like me and my hot friends, we're like so successful. We're kind of a big deal. Friends aren't getting their way. Hetero males have had their own laundry list of grievances with women in the dating world for God knows how long now, and they were met with, "It's something wrong with you. Stop crying. Suck it up. You can't get any pussy. What do you bring that they want?" Etc. Oh, but let women not get what they want and this shit happens. Man. Oh, I can't even say it's white women only, though perhaps mainly. Because I've heard similar to this from women of every group, including full Native American. We're talking like full Native American, not like white $5 Indians. We're talking full dark skin and all that shit, right? The funny thing about it is that you and your ilk seem to think you're entitled to men's time, to men and their time. Besides, if you and these friends of yours don't care anymore since you've been so turned off, and apparently men in general in the USA have turned you off, then what's the point of this video? Go be completely turned off. This includes your mouth, which is probably the reason you and women in general have an impossible time with men, and go be your strong, smart, independent, attractive, according to you, successful, according to you, baddest bitch selves. You're no different than the men that keep going on and on about how bad women are, rather than say it once, direct others who want to learn, to the compilation of knowledge, videos, articles, etc. So you don't have to repeat yourself and simply have a yes or no relationship with women that you aren't dating and married to, of course. Meaning, simple. Rather than making video after video about women, oh my God, I'm leaving women, I'm ghosting women, I'm saying forget women, and 100 videos in a row are about that. No. Instead, a yes or no relationship with women. Are you going to give me some pussy right now? Yes? Excellent. Let's go. No? Leave. Simple. But of course, that's not happening, and neither is this happening with you, lady. You do care, all right? You do care, bitch.
My last thing on my list is also very important. Don't be, excuse my language, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. If you have then failed and you lost a woman of value, like myself or my friends, and then we don't really care anymore, don't be a bitch. Don't be butthurt. You did it to yourself, okay? And it's no longer my problem. Now it's become a personal problem of yours. So don't be a bitch. And by the way, if I'm no longer interested because your effort is shitty, that's not me being a bitch. That's not me being difficult. That's me having a standard in which I expect from people. I do have high standards and high expectations. My friends have high standards and high expectations. Do you want to know why? We've worked for those, okay? We work hard. We're successful. We take care of ourselves. We try to look cute. We have a desire to be something more each day, okay? That's why we have the ability to be somewhat what you call difficult. It's not difficult. We just have a baseline standard. And if you can't meet that standard, that's okay. A lot of men cannot. But if you are one of those men out there, and I have them all over my DMs, sometimes I check them, and you guys are like, what would it take to be with someone like you? What would it take to be with your friends? What are girls like you? What are they looking for? I laid them out for you very simply there. In order to have a shot with a girl like me, or girls like my friends, girls that are worth a damn, you don't really have to be Brad Pitt. You don't have to be famous. You don't even really have to make a lot of money or have a really fantastic job. You just have to be determined. You have to be in some way successful in that you want to attain some certain kind of success for yourself, you're driven, you have goals, you can handle a woman with standards, that's not going to turn you off. And you're going to put in the effort to be with somebody like myself or my friends. We deserve that. And we will not compromise our standards.
What have you done that others have not? You claim you work hard. So does the person at McDonald's. So does the panhandler trying to convince you, in the time it takes the red light to turn green, to give him some money. So does the kid in the sweatshop making your athleisure clothing line foolishness. You claim to be successful, as I've been saying ad infinitum, according to whose rules? According to whose rules, huh? In fact, I'll even do you one better. Yeah, how about I tell you if you're successful or not? How? Give me some audited financial statements. Then I'll tell you if you're successful or not, right? Oh, success is not about money. Okay, you're not as successful as you thought. Oh, Lord. You're the one claiming successful. You're the one claiming to be attractive. If any man did that, one and all would be tap dancing on his nuts to bring his ass back down to Mars. Men don't give a fuck about any of that shit you mentioned apart from the attractiveness part. And if what I'm coming to find out now about how you went and got edited in the face, fine-tuned, custom comboed in the face. Simple fact of the matter is, there's nothing attractive about your mouth. You're not even talking at men. I mean, you want to sit here and lean into men? You're not even talking at men in a voice that's at least not abrasive. I mean, Jesus, just, whew. It was hard listening to you twice in a row. Anyway, not once has any man want the woman that he's with, that he wants to be with actually, to be the same raging lion he has to be to survive the world. Why? Because eventually those two are going to start mauling each other. Just as if both he and she are both harmless lambs, they're both going to get slaughtered before the race starts. Have your standards. Have them as high as the sky, higher than the sky. However, it makes no sense to bitch when your high standards, if that's what you want to call them, can't be met by anyone, or at least anyone that you want that also wants you. Men have been getting told how they have unrealistic expectations and standards in terms of women, when all any man, race be damned, wants is 5 simple things. A girl that is in shape, naturally thin, not scrawny, not a stick, medium or thick, not fat. Doesn't matter. Either one of those. Thin, medium, or thick. Doesn't matter. That's 1. Feed us. 2. Fuck us. Shut the fuck up. And have a pleasing personality. 3, 4, and 5. All things you, ladies, can do on your own and doesn't take rocket science, quantum physics, or string theory. Men aren't asking women to protect and provide, or deal with rush hour traffic, or speed up aging by going into politics, to be some founder and CEO of some Fortune 500 company. Men have never told women to do any of that. Women chose to do that of their own freedom and free will. Well, that and or being held at gunpoint. Almost literally by feminism, but that's something else. And then come to men telling men what they should want, which is what women really want for themselves, instead of asking men what they want, what they, men, want, and giving it to them. This reminds me of 2 things that I've heard before. Or at least, I guess, one was what I heard and another one I read, but whatever. One was a reporter interviewing a prostitute. He asked her why men cheat, to which point she responded, and I'm paraphrasing here, wives, women, think they have the golden vagina that no man deserves. If they just gave their husbands, men, what they wanted, I'd be out of business. Let that sink in. All you ladies that are having problems with men the way this bitch is, or worse. The second comes from some, I forgot what book this is. It's some book, the name of which I forgot, but I think the words malignant materialism is somewhere in the title, something like that. It was a very dry book. But anyway, there was a part in that book that said, again, I'm paraphrasing, the daughters of Israel believe they're too good for any man. While they're probably right, they're often left. Yeah. In any case, I don't expect the likes of you, Miss Lahren, to understand something so simple. So all I'll say is this. The only reason that the only person actually that's going to put up with you is the pussy whip spineless ballless soy boy betas that you and your kind have been shitting on for profit for God only knows how long. Just like you, there's no shortage of men that think they earned the right to demand whatever they want from women and get it. Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein are two notable examples. And despite whatever you want to say about them, God knows that they were infinitely more successful and worked harder than you ever could or probably ever will, madame. Right? You see why it's not such a good idea to be so entitled, thinking that you deserve to have men or men need to do what? No. Go shave the side of your head, go paint the other side some rainbow colors, and just be done with it. Fuck. Then, of course, there are the same men that you shitted on earlier. Those flyover country boys. They probably have to work hard in different ways than the Wolf on Wall Street type, who also has to work hard. Everyone works hard, man. Everyone works hard. Not just you.
I tell you this. It will be a cold day in hell when I chase a man. And I know that's the same thing for my friends as well. And if my friends are listening and they're thinking about chasing a man, please, for the love of God, do not. Because there is not one single man on planet Earth, okay, that is worth making any woman feel like she is not good enough. I don't care how hot a girl is, how smart, how successful, how rich. We have all dealt with men who treat us like we are not good enough. No, the problem is we are too enough and you can't handle it. So those are my checklists. Again, I will go through them for you one more time in case you are just tuning in. Number 1, are you single? No, really. 2, make plans. We don't want a pen pal. 3, value. Value someone who has value. Consistency. Be consistent. Don't be great and then fade out. And then don't fade out and then think that you're going to fade back in, because it ain't going to work. And last but not least, if all else fails, don't be a bitch. Hope you guys have all enjoyed my PSA, my Instagram Live. I love you all. I hope I gave you some valuable tips and advice. But hey, those are just my final thoughts from Nashville, Tennessee in my kitchen. God bless and take care.
This has been the shrieking of a woman that realizes the sun is setting on her as far as what men that she panders to for profit wants. She realizes that she needs to cash in her chips now, but she's finding out that what she wants, she's not going to get, and what she can get, she doesn't want. She can't date, God forbid marry, outside her race. Not after all the shit she talked for all these years, because she doesn't have anything of value to bring. At least Candace Owens brought the fact that she's black in racial classification. So for a small fee, the right can lease her on paper blackness, just as the left did years back. if Tomi Lahren went to any other group of men, that would be game over. She sure as hell isn't going to go to any Muslim talking like this. Hispanic men, like all other men, will fuck her, then drop her ass back off where they found her. Any white man that takes her after this deserves what he gets. And then there's black men. I wish she would go out in public and let it be known that she's sucking and fucking a black man. Better yet, one of those new Black Panther types. I'm so stupid. Jesus Christ. The only thing more glorious than this video would have been that. She would have to teleport her ass the hell up out of Nashville and go right back to LA. Or better yet, San Francisco, right? Probably the only one that would perhaps take her now is an Asian man. You know the type I'm talking about. Just happy to get a white girl, nerdy tech type. What's also telling her she needs to wrap this shit up is that itch to have kids, which I don't know for a fact she's going through, but something tells me that might be there. I just have a feeling that might be there, but I don't know for certain. Yeah, so she's probably getting that itch. Can't scratch it with the sperm bank because she isn't trying to piss off the base she gets a paycheck from, even more than she did with this video that she made. She can't find a man because all the good ones she wants are gone and or not interested in her. Doesn't want to settle, even though that's what she's going to have to do since she's on the last bus and coming up on the last stop, if you know what I mean. At least as far as the man she's allowed to get with. Allowed, quote unquote, allowed to get with, right? If she wants to keep her source of income and relevance happy, I don't feel sorry for her though. I'm sure she had her chance with Rush Limbaugh, Hannity, and all those other over in Fox country, if she would have just been a good little girl and played along. You were put in the position you were and are in because of your looks. The right needed some pussy that was at least halfway hot to get the conservative right-wing dick up and keep it up. You have said nothing of consequence the entire time you've been quote-unquote relevant, and that's probably just as well. Why? It's simple. No one gives a sailing, shooting, flying fuck what comes out of your mouth. Only what goes into it. You have yet to say anything that your right-wing male counterparts haven't said before. But you knew this already. You honestly thought that you were where you are and have been because of your brains, considering there was none other anywhere nearby in the looks department. Again, Julie Borowski, the one of you right-wing females, waste of flesh that probably has the most amount of intelligence, was not, and that's shit. When everybody else is zero, it's real easy to be one out of 100, right? My God. Was not going to do it, to say the least, as far as being hot goes. So yeah, that only left you, I suppose. When it finally tried to get you in the eye, if you know what I mean, that you're nothing more than candy for a good time and keeping the right-wing males from going to the left where the, on average, hotter girls are, in the age range that hetero males care about, you couldn't handle it. Maybe Ann Coulter and Michelle Malkin tried to warn you, and you told them to worry about their menopause, mothballs, and cobwebs. Now you're reduced to sitting in a circle jerk witch's coven with your friends, blowing your own horn instead of the one or ones plural that would have kept you relevant and not needing to resort to this, about how you're hot, you're successful, you have shit going on. You're of importance. Eye of Newt, virgin baby tears, hocus pocus, abracadabra. Alright. You saying you're attractive, successful, having a lot going on, etc., is no different than a guy that has to say he has a huge dick, or how he's the best, or how he's a big deal. But hey, whatever. Anyway, happy birthday, bitch. Hope you enjoyed your present. Because by the time this gets uploaded, whenever this gets uploaded, again, I have shit to do. So I can only do this when I have time. Can only edit it when I have time. But your birthday would have probably came and passed by the time. But yeah, as of the end of this video, happy birthday, bitch. Today's your birthday, according to Wikipedia. Hope you enjoyed your present. Later.